I just pull up shining, all these diamonds on me glisten. I got perfect timing if you want.
Effortless everyday glam in just a few steps. Let's get into it. So starting off, when I am doing my everyday makeup look, I always begin with using a spoolie. Using a spoolie helps reveal your natural brow shape. By brushing the hairs upward and outward, you can clearly see the true arch of your brow. After that, I go in with my L'Oreal brow pen, which is a total game changer for me because the pen itself creates ultra fine hair-like strokes that mimic real brow hairs that will have you asking yourself, is that makeup or is that real? So now I am going in with my Juvia's Place concealer in the shade 14, and this is just a slight lighter concealer shade. And when using a lighter concealer, I want you to think of it as framing artwork. The concealer defines the boundary of the brow, making the overall face more put together and intentional. Now next, I am still using the Juvia's Place concealer, but this time I'm using the shade 10, which is more of my natural skin tone. And for this step, instead of highlighting, this step is about refining the shape without adding extra brightness. It just gently cleans up the top while maintaining the brow's natural flow. Using a small blending brush, I am just blending out the concealer to make sure that we have a seamless look. And then afterwards, this is what your eyebrow should look like. I am using the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo concealer in the shade medium beige as my base. It grips the shadow and evens out my lid and makes the colors pop while keeping everything crease free. And so that is also the reason why I am making sure that I blend out the concealer. Moving on to my e.l.f. HD powder, I am using a light layer of this HD powder to set everything in place so that my eyeshadow stays put and doesn't crease throughout the day. Picking up that beautiful brown, I am diffusing that color into my crease line and also slightly above my crease line. As I am lightly sweeping this brown shade across my lid for a soft wash of warmth, this is also going to add just enough definition while still keeping that natural, radiant look we are going for our everyday makeup look. This is what your eye should be looking like after the application. Taking my Maybelline Tattoo Studio gel pen, I am using this to fill in the gaps between my lashes so they appear thicker and more dense instantly. If your eyes start to water like mine did, you could just take a Q-tip and wipe off any extra moisture that may occur. Using my Fenty Beauty Volumizing Mascara in the shade Hella Thick, I am using the Fenty Volumizing Mascara to instantly add fullness and drama to my lashes. I love this mascara all the way down because it really opens the eyes without needing falsies. And I've been trying to wean away from falsies now, so this mascara is a wonderful option. Progress makeup check. This is what we should be looking like so far. Up next, as our primer, we will be using the Milk Makeup Pore Eclipse Mattifying Primer. One of the wonderful benefits I love about this primer is that it gives the skin a soft focus and filter effect. It blurs the appearance of pores, it controls oil and reduces shine while still helping your makeup stay in place. This is also a great product to use in this step because it also creates a smoother canvas that helps keep the complex of your skin looking fresh, and it also helps your base look more polished and redefined. So for me personally, for a color corrector, I tend to use a deeper concealer. And when we talk about the placement of applying that deeper concealer before applying the foundation, for an example, when we place that around the mouth, under the eye, what that does is, for an example, around the mouth, it naturalizes the darkness. It also prevents that dark cast you see before applying foundation when we talk about applying that concealer under the eye. What that does is that corrects before highlighting. It prevents under eyes from looking ashy, and it creates a smoother transition for bright concealer. When we talk about placing that on the forehead, it evens out the tone of your skin, and it also keeps your forehead from looking too highlighted or flat. When applying the concealer on the chin area, on the center of your chin or even underneath the chin if you have discoloration, what the deeper concealer will do is it will correct uneven tone, and it will also keep the lower face cohesive. So a pro tip that I would suggest is use a small brush like I am using and apply in thin layers only where needed. Also blend out softly. Don't overextend the product. Taking my NARS foundation in the shade Cadiz, gotta make sure it is shaked up and down, honey, like the bottle says. I am just so obsessed with this concealer because it is very buildable and it is also breathable. It has a breathable coverage so that you can cover what you need while still letting your skin peek through. And ideally, this is for, I would say, if you're going for a soft glam look or an everyday vibe like we are going for today. Also, one of the other things that I am obsessed with this foundation is really, I just can't get over how skin-like and radiant this foundation makes my skin look. Oh my goodness, you guys. It really feels like I don't have anything on my face, and it lasts all day. No creases, no nothing. Under eye sculpting, here we go. So for the inner part of my eye, the inner corner, I am going back in with that e.l.f 16-hour camo concealer, and then for the outer part of under my eye, I am going back in with that Juvia's Place concealer in the shade 10. Now, I will say both of these concealers are full coverage. So with that being said, what I like to do is when I'm using a full coverage concealer, I like to let it sit for a few minutes so that it can set. And then once it has done, setting, I will then proceed with blending it out. Going back to placement for a bit, the reason why we place a lighter concealer right in the inner corner of the under eye is because that's where most of the time, darkness is usually at its deepest. And so placing lighter concealer will instantly make the eyes look more awake and refreshed. And then quickly touching on eye illusion, instead of dragging the bright color concealer all the way across the under eye, Keeping it concentrated in the inner corner creates a natural lift without weighing the eye down. Touching on the concealer that is more on the warmer tone on the outer corner of the under eye. The reason why we do that is because that creates a soft transition from bright to natural, and it also helps create no harsh lines or no ashy cast. Another pro tip: when blending out your under eye concealer, make sure that you are blending it upward toward the temple slightly for an extra lift. I'm setting my under eye with the Laura Mercier translucent powder in the shade Golden, and I love this powder. This is actually the first translucent powder that I was ever introduced to when I first started my makeup journey. There's so many reasons why I love this powder, but the main reason why I use this powder for my under eye is because I love the fact that it locks in and it just sets in the brightness of my eye in such a beautiful way, and it keeps everything smooth and crease free, and it also gives you that soft focus blurred finish while still keeping the under eye looking lightweight and radiant. It is just truly a wonderful powder. Up next, I am going in with my Fashion Fair Iconic Press Powder in the shade Enchanting Amber. And one of the things that I absolutely love and treasure about this press powder is the ability to refine and set the complexion of my skin. And for especially in this step, it helps to also smooth out my skin from any remaining texture. It controls the shine, and it also softly locks in everything without taking away from my skin's natural radiance. Also adds an extra layer of longevity, which is very important when we talk about makeup. This pressed powder will also help your makeup stay polished and seamless throughout the day while keeping that finished, lightweight, skin-like effect we are going for this everyday makeup look. Next up, we have the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer in the shade Do Butta. And what I'm doing with this bronzer is I am bringing back the warmth and dimension back into my skin. After setting the complexion, this step helps to softly sculpt the face, adding that natural skin kiss depth while keeping everything smooth and seamless, which also works really well with the style and concept of this look. Also, one of the things that I love about this bronzer is the formula. The formula blends so effortlessly into the skin. It enhances the sculpture without looking harsh. Just a soft, radiant warmth that brings the entire look back to life. Taking my Juvia's Place blush in the shade Blush Lily, I am layering a liquid blush first for a natural flush. Then I'm going to set it with a powdered blush to intensify the color and make it last longer. Following up, we are using the NYX Buttermelt blush in the shade My Butta Have. And the whole purpose of setting the blush with a press blush is to set, enhance, and lock in the blush so that the color will be boosted and enhanced. You know, this also helps with longevity, and it just ultimately creates a smooth finish. Up next, I am adding liner to the lower lash line to deepen the eyes, define the shape, and create a more balanced finish look. Using a soft touch of brown shadow, this adds a touch of warmth to the lower lash line, enhancing the eyes without making them look heavy. So now I'm just taking my Fenty mascara and I'm lightly coating the lower lashes to add length and separation for a more polished finish. I am outlining my lips with my MAC lip liner in the shade Night Mauve to shape and anchor my lips before going in with my color of choice of lipstick. This deep tone adds contrast and richness, helping to enhance the natural lip shape while giving that soft sculptured effect. It also creates a smooth base for blending so that the lips look fuller for a more polished and seamless look. And let me tell you something, I always love making my lips look a bit more fuller than they naturally are. I just think it just makes my lips look a little bit more plumpy, juicy, sexy, and it just boosts my confidence for whatever reason. I don't know. So that's one of the other reasons why I love using MAC lip liners, is because I always achieve my goal with my lip makeup. So here I am using the tip of the liner to gently blend the edges inward, softening the outline so it transitions smoothly into the rest of the lip. This step also diffuses any harsh lines. It helps add depth toward the outer corners, and it creates a more natural, full looking finish while helping the lip color melt together beautifully. The formula of the Milani's Bold Matte Lipstick in the shade I Am Pretty gives a soft matte finish look that feels very lightweight on the lips while still delivering a strong color payoff. So this is a new item for me. This is the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Peaches and Cream. And as you can see, I was a bit nervous because of how bright and vibrant the color looked on the outside. But ultimately, I wind up loving this new product of mine. And I'm just adding this on top of my lip combo for a more comfortable, glossy layer that gives my lips a more hydrated, high shine look. So up next, I am taking my Morphe Continuous Setting Spray, and I'm using this to take away any powdery look and bring the skin back to a soft, natural glow. As my final step, I am taking my Revolution Super Hold Misting Spray, and I'm using this to secure all of the layers of my makeup so the makeup holds its shape and lasts longer without breaking down. And right here, I'm just taking a fan to quickly dry, set, and lock our makeup for the day. And that concludes the look of the day. Thanks for watching. Stay pretty, and I'll see you soon.